Cusick with the Cusick Group Securities offered by MoneyBlock here to give you your wrap-up of what has been a bull on a tear. The Dow Jones closed today up about almost 0.6% at 19,913. We're right off of that Dow 20,000. NASDAQ closed up at 5,600.01, up almost 0.9%. The S&P 500 closed up at 2280. That's up almost 0.7%. And the Russell 2000, the leader to the upside, finished the day at 1369.21, up 1.5%. And the action came on a higher volume across the board, both at the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, both trading above their daily averages, with the New York trading at 864 million, NASDAQ at 1.78 billion. The advancers clearly outpaced the decliners, both on the NASDAQ and on the New York Stock Exchange by almost a 3-to-1, about 2.5-to-1 advancers to decliners. New highs outpaced new lows. Basically, investors replaced any type of uncertainty or cautious tone that we saw on Monday with a complete risk-on trade and attitude. The change was most obvious in the Treasury markets. We basically saw that Monday's gain in the 10-year yield basically swung 7 basis points. That's my barometer of risk. If I start to see that the Treasuries start to strengthen in price, that's telling me that maybe the bulls are running out of some steam, but that did not happen. You saw the 10-year yield up at 2.47% after losing that amount basically yesterday. You also saw that the U.S. dollars had the similar dynamic as the Treasuries. It succumbed to the weakness, and it basically is now challenging that $100 level. We're going to watch that very closely. And, basically when you look at this, when you see generally that the bonds are coming off and stocks are hot, that is basically where you're going to start looking at growth sensitive areas in the markets. And one of those areas is the material sector. We talked about this in Strategy Now, but that outpaced all sectors today, up 2.5%. Take a look at XLB. Basically, it followed DuPont's positive earnings, which was up at $3.27 at $76 on DD. And then you had the announcement that there is going to be a merger with Dow Chemical, ticker symbol DOW, and that's basically trading up around 59.64. And that they're looking to close that deal in the first half of 2017, as we had discussed earlier today. Basically, you're seeing that the financial sector is right behind, and this is a critical sector if you're going to see the catalyst, the upside. It was one of the biggest movers going into the end of 2016 and the beginning of 2017. The space was up about 1.2%, taking a look at the XLF, and it basically wiped out most of the losses that you saw since the earnings announcement started last weekend, and you started seeing selling the news kind of action. Well, it's firmed up and actually moving to the upside in this earnings season. Taking a look at the technology sector, you're seeing that it finished the day up about 1%. Take a look at the QQQs, and the chip makers continued for the rest of the day to be the leader. You saw that the Philly Semiconductor Index, SMH, finished up 2%, and you saw that Yahoo finished up $1.50 today at 43.90. Now, again, we're going to wait and see what happens with that proposed deal that still hasn't been consummated. But, we did see some weakness in Verizon. We're going to touch on that. But in other pro-cyclical areas, energy continued to add to their upside move. XLE up 1%, and basically that's off of crude almost up 1%, about 0.8% at 53.15 a barrel. Now, that's in spite of the fact that we have noted that we've had a larger rig count now in production here in the United States. You have the Keystone Pipeline, as well as other critical policies that Trump is putting through. You're going to see the potential for more online production coming on. So it's very interesting to see that there's an uptick in energy and specifically crude. On the non-cyclical side, telecom services continue to lead to the downside, down about 2.7%. Basically, we're seeing that there was disappointing earnings from Verizon, which was down about $2.29 VZ. We also saw AT&T telephone, ticker symbol T, down 64 cents. That's basically what weighed on the sector for most of the day. We also saw countercyclical area healthcare. XLV down 7 tenths of percent, finishing in the red. And you saw, though, consumer staples were bucking this trend in the countercyclical sectors, and that was up 8 tenths of percent. We're going to watch that one, XLP on the move there. Kimberly-Clark was the catalyst, basically had great earnings. And you also saw Procter & Gamble as well as Coca-Cola, both up 90 cents and 47 cents respectively in PG and KO. Basically closing up 1% respectively for both of those. That led the way. As far as earnings, we did take a look in Tech Talk at some of the earnings that were coming out. Some of the most notable names, Alcoa. Alcoa was trading at $37.95 when we were talking about it at Tech Talk. It's currently trading at $39, up about $2.81 after hours. It was pricing in the potential to move $1.67 going, or $1.76 going into this event. It has blown that off the doors, moving to the upside, up 7% after hours. Texas Instruments, TXM, we talked about that as well on Tech Talk. Go back and take a look at that. It was trading at $77.20. We were talking about it at 3:30 Eastern Time. Right now, Texas Instruments is trading at $76.75, down about 33 cents off of the close. So well within its range of $2.35 that was being priced in. But again, this stock was already up $1.48. Capital One Financial, COF is trading at $87 right now and 41 cents. We were looking at it at $89, so it's down from where we were looking at it. It's basically given back almost everything that it made today. It was up about $2.12 when we were looking at it in Tech Talk, and it priced in the potential for almost a $3 move going into this earnings announcement. And then finally, Intuitive Surgical, ISRG, was trading at $669 when we looked at it at 3:30 Eastern Time. After hours right now, after earnings, basically trading up at $675. Its estimated move was $24. It had already moved $14. It is now up about $19. So it is basically moved right outside of its estimated move going into the announcement. Positive earnings, looking at the guidance right now. So we'll have to play with that a little bit. But you can see that these moves have been pretty significant. We're starting to actually see moves that are going outside of their estimated move calculation, which is interesting because most of the earnings have been within their range. All right, folks, that's it for right now. Join me tomorrow here at MarketStream.live at 8:30 Eastern Time, and we will be online talking to you. Till then, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you here at MarketStream.live.